This is the future.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sigval Green here and welcome to another video. So as you know, on the air account we're stuck on boss Starfire on steroids, but in this one we have gotten to lower tier sub-bosses. At this point it's a higher heroic, but we get to have some fun. So we're gonna start off with something that has been unfun for me in previous attempts, which is fighting boss Catwoman, but now we might have a little bit of a better outcome. She is immune to power drain, so there was no point on me having Sword of Sin on Raven. So we're gonna have a level 8 Sword of Salvation and a level 3 Sword of Sin on Dr. Fate. The Sword of Sin on Dr. Fate is purely for the passive stats, and a Beta Club on Kinflan Suckman. And we're pretty much gonna try to one-shot her. Previously, I did not find much success in this because either my Raven would get constantly damaged and get her darkness reset, or I would lose my darkness with random tag-ins. But hopefully we'll have a better outcome. Now we have a very good start here because Dr. Fate died early. Again, I wanted him dead because this is a chaos fight where I can't control my tag-ins, and I'd rather just have two characters cycling in and out, because if there was Dr. Fate alive, there would be no way for me to really be able to keep the darkness up. There's a special tree there to maybe have a shield next time we get tagged in. Over there I messed up, and I wanted to do I did a special one into a block with Raven, and the last special one that King did was actually meant to be for Raven, but the command still registers as after you get tagged in for some reason. So yeah, that was the messiest tagging of the fight by far. Backing off here. Re-engaging, and she blocks. Boy, she's annoying. She's very damn annoying. Gonna block that. King is close to death, but it's fine because he can revive himself. We just need to get these stacks up. As soon as we get these stacks up, the dot damage is gonna be through the roof, and we're already at that point. And even though this was a very messy fight, Raven is close to triggering the darkness to heal herself. King is going to most likely die on tagging. We've done a pretty good job at damaging her so far, and even if we like die here without not dealing any damage, it's still gonna be a better outcome than most of the attempts I did here in the past. But nevertheless, we managed to reconnect with King, and a special 2 in there, and she will die. The only way she doesn't die here is that we literally never hit her, because she's most likely at 1 HP. But yeah, there we go. Catwoman one-shot, actually. This went terribly wrong in past attempts, and I'm just so happy that we finally managed to do this in one go. But yeah, moving on to the next one, we'll have a Black Manta fight against Boss Bane. We're gonna have the level 8 Sword of Salvation on Black Manta, the level 7 Beta Club on... no, the level 8 Sword of Salvation is gonna be on Brainiac. The level... 7 Beta Club is gonna be on Black Manta, and Vixen is gonna have a level 3 Sword of Sin. And over here it's interesting because we do have a class advantage against this dude, because we are playing Tech versus Might, and that is not gonna bring that much damage in usually, but now we also got Vixen, who's in theory supposed to buff our class advantage against Bane, so that's definitely interesting, though I don't feel like she buffs it by a lot, and I don't really have a term of comparison, because this is the first time I'm using a Black Manta in this soul rate, not in general, but since it came back, this is the first fight with Manta since it came back, and we don't really have a benchmark in terms of how much damage she usually deals. As usual, we're gonna tag in constantly with Brainiac to stack up the lethal with the special one, and just combo interrupt with Manta. Brainiac in there, special one, he's gonna also tank the super move, he should have no problems with that. There we go, Manta back in there, we didn't lose the stacks thankfully. Combo interrupting again, pushing him again towards the corner, that's where we want him. And I really like for some reason Black Manta's attack are far longer reach than you'd expect. Yeah, that back off was not from me, that was an emulator misinput, and over there it was my bad because we could have done a swipe down and still kept the stacks. But yeah, Fat Rip, this was a huge mistake that most likely costed us somewhere between 20 to 50 mil, because not only we lost a little bit of damage because we didn't attack, we'll have to stack all the Black Manta passive from 0 to 100, and that's gonna take a while because we don't have Just League Flash to give us 3 fast stack hits. So that's like 2 or 3 tag-ins were not at peak performance again because of that mistake. Doing a vibe check on the stacks of Brainiac here, we got 9, just 1 more needed. Black Manta in there getting a few more hits. We're still not yet to 100 stacks, just to see how impactful a mistake in this fight is. Just to see how much that hurts you. And yeah, finally we're getting to the 100 stacks. Finally we're at peak performance Manta here with 10 Brainiac stacks. It simply doesn't get better for my 4-star Manta. Actually not even combo interrupting because he's stunned. Combo interrupting again. We're gonna use the special tree again, as I said in the past, not for damage but for reapplying the debuffs so that we get the full extent of Vixen's passive. Because as you can see, we got the X4 attack here on Black Manta before we do a special tree. It's gonna go all the way down to X2 from Vixen because the debuffs from Manta's passive are gonna expire. I mean, they don't expire now because we're kind of doing it in time now. But yeah, I'm very sad because of that mistake. I mean, it was not even a mistake, it was an emulator misinput. I didn't want to back off there and I did not press a back off there. But still, this could have been a good benchmark for how far my Manta can go in Advent of Chaos. But sadly, that was not the case. But still, the damage is going to be pretty solid. Yeah, 402 mil. I think without that mistake, maybe we could have gone all the way up to 450. Now we're gonna use the League of Anarchy. We're gonna have level 8 Sword of Salvation on Harley, level 3 Sword of Sin on Arkham Knight Batman, and the level 1 Trigon Staff on EPI for the passive stats. And a little bit of a huge mistake that I did here was not going straight for the super move with Harley, and I noticed afterwards, and we're gonna eventually try and go for the super move. And this wouldn't be that huge of a mistake if I didn't have the Sword of Sin on Arkham Knight Batman, because if I was to try and power steal my way all the way to super move at the start of the fight, that would have been done real quick. But now it's gonna be done slowly because we're constantly power draining this poor dude, so there's not much power to be stolen. So yeah, that was a pretty big mistake, and yet again, I'm mad because this, other than that, this would have been a perfect fight and a good benchmark for my League of Anarchy, but because of that mistake, I think we lost somewhere around 50 mil damage or something. But nevertheless, I'm not sure if All Blades would have yielded more damage than the Sword of Salvation. I mean, we would have still used Sword of Salvation regardless of what was on Harley because of the passive stats that he provides, but I might try that next fight because we can put a Sword of Salvation on Arkham Knight Batman, and we're also gonna lose some passive stats from the Trigon Staff, which is more than made up for the All Blades. The question is, what's gonna matter more at this point? The additional attack that All Blades provides us, because it's gonna be far more that way, or the additional damage depending on the enemy's missing power bars that the Sword of Sin provides us. I don't know, we'll test that out next time, but this is one of the highest values I've seen with Harley at the very least when he's at no power, because we're at points gonna see a 1.8 mil on a single dot value, and I don't think I've seen that for my Harley so far. Not a perfect build yet, I would like to have some other stuff on her legendary talent, but other than that, it's gonna be a perfect build Harley at 7 stars. So, close to peak performance here. Arkham Knight Batman is gonna also deal some okay damage with his special 2 himself, like, usually that thing flops and does no damage, but here actually we're gonna have a solid 600k each time he tags in and uses that, and my Arkham Knight Batman is built for, I think, fully as a damage dealer with crit chance, crit damage, and attacks, so that's that. So in theory, in this fight, we have a little bit of a damage dealer Arkham Knight Batman, and kind of in all my League of Anarchy fights, so that's another concept to look into. Why you play your Arkham Knight Batman damage dealer alone when you can just put him in his best team, and you can still do some damage there and show off while still not losing out on a pip. Our special 2 in there, Arlene there for maybe the last tag in. I think I'm gonna use this her special 2 here. Yep, we did that. And that's that for the Scarecrow fight. And yeah, without that mistake at the start, we would have done slightly more damage, and I'm sorry for that one. But yeah, I think 550 is as far as this thing can go. Now, going back to Bane with the Batman Ninja team, and oh boy, look at that, the sound is back, guys! Yeah, because the first 3 pips were recorded on live stream, and I forgot to turn on the desktop audio when I was recording those, though we had mic audio, so I could have left some audio there so you could see Sigvald talking in the stream over Sigvald talking right now. But obviously we're not gonna do that, but the sound is back nevertheless, and we're gonna fight this dude with Catwoman. And I did do something pretty important for Catwoman. So I did work on my characters a bit, as you guys saw on the stream that I was missing a lot of credits on my main account. I did work on them a bit, and let's just say that Catwoman previously had like 45 lethal attack damage, and now she's gonna have a 60% lethal attack chance, excuse me, now she's gonna have a 60% chance lethal attack. So we might have slightly higher and slightly more often dot values with Beta Club that are gonna be hitting a little. Because I don't know how many of you guys know of this, but it seems like for some reason she can break a little bit of the damage cap with lethal attack chance, because when you don't have the special tree buff active, which gives you lethal attack chance, you're gonna deal lethals far less constant, even though in theory I already have maxed out lethal on the build. So yeah. That's definitely gonna be something that's gonna be helping. Our special 2 in there to reset the dot damage, keep out those dot values. Come on, interrupting again. Come on, interrupting again. And yeah, we're trying to keep up the high dot values, even though in this fight I seemed to have a far better time getting high dot values in general, so it was not such a huge deal to keep them up. Yeah, come on, interrupting again. We're at a 5 mil there. 5.7 mil, excuse me. Come on, interrupting again. Special 2 to reset the dot. We kind of did that on low dot value, so every time you want to use skills with Catwoman, if you have Beta Club, it's when the dot value is high, so that while the skill animation goes on, you're not gonna really hurt from that time being wasted. Come on, shopping again, and there we go. Boss Bane is down, and we're gonna move on to the next one. And yeah, 500 mil easily. Seems that lethal attack chance is really helping us. Now, moving on to Deadshot. We're gonna have the Multiverse team and Deathstroke here. Again, we're gonna try and get the Deathstroke special 2s out of the way as soon as possible. And then we're gonna try and deal as much damage as we can during the rest of the fight with the Multiverse team. We have Sword of Salvation on Deathstroke, the level 8 one. We have Sword of Sin on Multiverse Flash, just for the passive stats that it provides. And we're gonna have level 10 All Blades on Multiverse Armored Supergirl. Yeah, come on, interrupting him. One thing I can't really take away from Deathstroke is that his first basic attack is gonna be very fast. I don't think it's as fast as Black Adam or Catwoman's first basic attack, but it's gonna be very close to that, so you're gonna have actually a very easy time combo interrupting with him. So that's gonna be overall a very great side of his characters. Other than that, he still sucks in terms of his combos and in terms of his tag-ins. Please fix him already. But yeah. Again, trying to get those out of the way as soon as possible. We're just gonna stop when we see no health percentage damage on any of those ones. Our special 2 in there. Come on, interrupting again. Into our special 2. Come on, interrupting again. At this point, we don't have any problems with power generation, so we don't have to do longer combos in between specials. Our special 2 in there. And there we go, no percentage damage, tagging Multiverse Armored Supergirl straight back in there. Applying some burning effect so that we deal increased damage with a special tree. Building some combo with Flash. Multiverse Armored Supergirl back in. Special tree. Flash back in there. He's gonna take the super move, he's gonna have no trouble with that. Multiverse Armored Supergirl back in there. Special tree. Kind of a low combo there, that's why we didn't do much. And I failed the combo interruption there. Rip. Rip Flash. I mean, he's got the passive. That's gonna pretty much counter Deathstroke and not allow us to die. But at the same time, it's not gonna be optimal in terms of combo. Flash back in there. Come on, interrupting again. Multiverse Armored Supergirl back in. Special tree, almost a 2 mil in there. I like to see that. Come on, interrupting again. Multiverse Armored Supergirl back in. Special tree is gonna be a 2 mil. And again, in fights where the enemy doesn't have defense, you don't have to worry about not letting your burning attack expire. You can let that expire, it's not gonna hurt you in any way. Just make sure you put another one before you use a special tree. Because in fights with high defense, the burning is gonna reduce half of the opponent's current defense, and you're gonna reduce half of it each time. And then let's say the opponent has 60% defense, you're gonna first time reduce to 30%, and then if you reapply the burning effect without it previously expiring, you're gonna reduce that to 15%, so it stacks. But if the enemy doesn't have defense, there's no point in keeping up the burn all times. But yeah, decent performance from this team as well. Not as great as other teams, but yeah, we're gonna end up with the Server Banshee team here. And boy, this fight, I want you to count how many times me disabling a special on an ability will fail here. Because in theory, Server Banshee's got something like a 90 or 95% chance to disable the enemy's specials with any of her specials. And this fight, we had a crazy amount of them not working. And that was frustrating. Yeah, this dude is being a little bit of a bitch, but we take Server Banshee in there just to keep up the All Blade stacks. Gonna have All Blades on Server Banshee, level 8 Sword of Salvation on Reverse Flash, and we're gonna have the level 3 Sword of Sin on Power Girl. Server Banshee back in there, backing off Special 1. Reverse Flash back in, giving him some power, but that's no problem, we're gonna steal that back in a second. I mean, Sword of Salvation does not synergize at all well with the Reverse Flash passive, like, not at all, but at the same time, it's so good that it definitely makes up for it. Our special train there. Combo interrupting with Server Banshee, special 1, that's gonna be kind of the highest risk type of gameplay with Server Banshee, but at the same time, it's gonna be, the highest damage one. You obviously can't do this in League raids, because, good luck combo interrupting Dr. Fate. But yeah, another special train there. Combo interrupting special 1. Again, that's not a disable there. We only got 2. We only got 1 disable out of 2 abilities. Special train there. Combo interrupting special 1. Reverse Surge back in. Building some combo. Into a Server Banshee. Special tree. No disable there. None. Okay, we got 1 here. So yeah, at this point, I mean, he's most likely gonna be at 0 energy, and yeah, I messed up there. I messed up, my bad, shouldn't have done that special 1 there, should have done a special 3, and that's costed us a lot of damage because the combo went to special 1. This is a special 3, my bad. But yeah, this combo is kind of risky. I mean, it makes it less risky because we do have Sword of Salvation, so a lot of time he's not gonna have enough energy to use the special 1. But generally speaking, as soon as we mess up the interruption with Server Banshee, we're gonna die. We're straight out, flat out gonna die. So we need to be mindful of that, but still worth doing. If you know you're not gonna mess it up. Do I know that I'm not gonna mess it up? Nope, but I'm still doing it. And yeah, again, a disable missed. The 90 to 95% just disable missed. Again, another one missed. At least we got 1. At least we didn't get any tag-ins with no abilities undisabled. Boy. A special train there. Combo interrupting, we're not doing well in terms of health, so that will most likely be the last combo interruption for Server Banshee. But yeah, all that being said, that was it for this video. Huge thanks for watching. Please let me know in the comments where are you at right now in Soul Raids, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And with all that being said, goodbye. And yeah, some decent damage here actually.
This is the future.